Hi, I'm Rebecca and this is my reality, and welcome back to the vlog. I was watching one of Isha's video, Home with Isha. I'll tag her below. She has a channel here, clearly. Anyways, she does a lot of book and Disney content, and I think I can't remember who suggested it, but we ended up talking about books and stuff and Disney books, and then eventually through that conversation we decided to do a buddy read. So we're gonna buddy read Worth Fighting For. This is part of the Meant to Be series. I've already read, what did I read? Oh, here it is. I've already read By the Book, and it was so cute. So what these books are is they loosely take classic Disney movies and turn them into just like really cute romance books. This is the one that like started me on this series. I loved it, and so then I went ahead and started reading this one. I actually bought them at the same time, but this is the one that like I had first heard about. So her and I, we're gonna read this. We're gonna check in at like the same points and just kind of talk about our thoughts on the book. So let's get reading. Actually, but first, I also have this book too. I just finished this and I just wanted to like talk about it real briefly because I literally just finished it. It is Bemused, so it's about the muses from Hercules, and it's from their point of view. From all the sisters, and it's basically about their mother and them, and their mother gets kidnapped and then the girls have to go rescue their mother. And in the meantime, they learned a lot about their mother and then also about themselves. There's 2 points that I marked in here that I like specifically wanted to bring up because like for the most part it doesn't really reference the movie too much because this actually takes place before the movie. But one of the girls say, "Oh honey, you just went from zero to hero." And then there was one other spot, where is it? So in this part it says, "And they believed in the muses. Just yesterday a satyr had approached them asking if they could write a song for a hero he was in the process of training." And that's like on the second to last page. Did I enjoy it? Yes. And the reason why I say it like that is because it is very cute. It's very fun. But I thought it was a young adult. I thought it was YA, but I feel like it reads more like middle grade. At the points where it was supposed to be really intense and like you're supposed to be on the edge of your seat, it was not that intense. It was kind of like cartoon intense, like young child intense, you know what I mean? It actually took me a minute to get through this because there was no big draw pulling me in. It's a very safe book, okay? It's very calm, even though there's supposed to be these like really intense, powerful times, like for instance, like when she gets kidnapped. Or there's a time where the girls are on this island and they're at risk of being like stuck there. It was just never like, oh no, it never got my heart racing. So it's not a bad book at all. It's just I went into it with the wrong expectation. And now I know I don't really care for middle grade. I do like YA, but I think middle grade isn't for me. But if it is for you, or if you like Hercules, or if you like the muses, or if you just want like an easy read, this is the one. And I say easy read, but it's actually has a lot of Greek names in it, which are really difficult to pronounce. So it's easy but hard. Anyways, let's jump into the actual book we're here to read. Actually, before we even begin, I kind of want to make this immersive. So I want to watch the movie, and I think I'm going to order Chinese food to watch the movie too. Is American Chinese real Chinese food? No. But we're doing the best we can to make it as immersive as possible. So let's do that first, and then I'm gonna read, and then I'll come and check in with you guys. Mulan is thirsty. She Oh my gosh. Okay. So I'm at chapter 7. I took some notes so that I would remember what to bring up. Chapter 1, immediately angry. Chapter 2, I'm laughing. Chapter 3, I'm on the verge of tears. And then I forgot to keep taking notes after that because I just got too immersed into this story. But I just finished chapter 7. Mulan's name is still Mulan. Let's see. I don't know if I'll say this. I don't want to spoil anything, but there's a Mushu. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. Mushu is delivering what Mushu should deliver. Okay. But this book very, very much tackles the issue of misogyny and sexism in the workplace. And so at times as you're reading it, you're just so incredibly frustrated because if you're a woman, you have seen it, you have experienced it probably on some level if you've ever had a job. I was really curious as to how they were going to do the whole dressing as a man thing. And so the way the story is playing is actually quite believable. Like, okay, I can see how you would end up in that situation. Very bold, very like, I guess, but still believable. So I'm really enjoying that aspect of it so far. One of the things I like about these books too is that they're pretty quick paced. Like we have dived in already at chapter 7. Like I feel like the key characters have been introduced. You have a baseline of like what their temperaments are like. And now the story is just going. And because it's set just sort of like in real world, you don't need to build the world. It's just everyday people, right? So I'm really, really enjoying it so far. Like, so far 5 stars, I guess. I'm not really sure. The way I judge books is there's like 3 criteria I judge books, and if you don't meet the first one, then you're not going to go on to the next criteria. And the first one is, this is going to sound so weird, but this is how I judge my books. If I had to live in a bunker because there was like some sort of apocalypse and I only had what the physical media I have to entertain myself, would I reread this book? And so far I would. So far I would read this book. I'm really enjoying it right now. So I think I can get to the next point because we're supposed to check in at like 7:13. I have to look at my notes. Somewhere else and then at the end. So, but I think I can get to 13 before the day is over. So I'll check in with you guys after I get to the next checkpoint. I am on chapter 12 now. Yeah, I'm on chapter 12. So like that much through the book and it's really good so far. I'll give you like an actual update after chapter 13 because that's where we're supposed to like do them all. But I figured to sit here, have a nolly pop. These are so good, by the way, and get to that next chapter. Okay, I just have to stop and share for a little bit. They're all like sitting down to eat and there's a bunch of aunties and they're all just trying so hard to push their sons onto Mulan, and just the conversations that they're having and like how bold they're being. One of the lines, where is it at? Okay, here it is. The best match for dragon is my dragon. He is also a dragon. 2 dragons. Oh my. Can you imagine what fire? She grins meaningfully at Ryan and me. And just in case we didn't get the message, she adds, there will be so much passion. Auntie! Oh my goodness. What am I doing? I'm not stopping. Oh my gosh. So I've made it to chapter 14, so I've read all of chapter 13, and 13 has been the best chapter so far. Oh my gosh, this is so cute. There's a couple of tropes in here where like it's just so fun. We've entered the trope of, oh my gosh, there's only one bed. This chapter and the last chapter, Shang and Mulan really start to like build a friendship and get past the like professional wall that they are both been keeping up, and it's been getting chipped away as we go. But in these past 2 chapters, like, sparks aren't flying because within the story there's like a working professional relationship they have. So it's the whole like, we can't, but we want to, but we want to so bad. So it is so fun so far. And like, this is the 2nd book of the Meant to Be series that I have read, and I'm halfway through this one, and already I'm like, I want to go get the other ones. In fact, there's a Barnes and Noble down the street from me, and it's going out of business. So maybe tomorrow we will go and see if they have more of these. I was actually just there and bought a bunch of books. But now that I know that I love this series, let's go tomorrow and buy some more. I think that's a really good idea. But let me show you what I actually bought. I still have them because I literally just went. So let's just really quick look at them. So I don't read just Disney. So this is called The Personal Librarian. I am so excited to read this. It's a fiction, but it's about a real life woman who is mixed but white passing, and she works for JP Morgan but has to lie in order to protect her like legacy and just pretend to be white. So I'm very interested to read this. Oh, also, so they're going out of sale. So all the books are 50% off. This is a special edition with these beautiful sprayed edges of Catabasis, I believe is how you said it or say it. This is a dark academia where 2 people hate each other, but they have to work together in order to save their professor. And it's supposed to be like based off of a Greek mythology story. I'm not sure which one, but I'm excited to read this too. This one is a nonfiction, Hitler's First 100 Days. So basically goes over, I mean, it's self-explanatory, right? There's another book called What We Knew, and it basically kind of describes like what people knew that led up to the Holocaust and like how it came to be. And so I want to read this one and that one to just kind of like learn more. And then the last one I got is Kristen Hanna, The Nightingale. I really like her work. She is really good at writing like their fiction with a little bit of truth in it, and it's kind of, I want to say it's like Lifetime movie, but I don't mean that in an insulting way. It's just, it's a nice read that you're really into, but it isn't overwhelming. Like, you're not panicked, it's not a thriller, but you're still eager to read. So basically now if I see a book by her, I just buy it. That's what I got. So tomorrow let's go to Barnes and Nobles. And I'm probably going to keep reading tonight, but it's kind of late, so I won't do another update, but I will definitely do an update tomorrow. So I'm at Barnes and Nobles right now. It's inside of this mall and this mall is like getting shut down. I don't know. It's like everything is going out of business. So everything is 50% off. And I looked up the Meant to Be series. There's 3 others: Cinderella, Ariel, and Rapunzel. And Cinderella actually looks like she's plus size, so I kind of really want that one. I want to know I want that story. So either way, if I can find all 3, I'm going to get all 3, because again, everything's 50% off. So if I buy 2, it's like I'm really only buying 1 book. So let's see if they have it. It turns out that bookstore actually isn't closing. I just assumed because everything was on sale. It's turning into an outlet, which is like great and terrible. It's great because now I have an outlet store literally 4 minutes away. The bad news is that I have an outlet store 4 minutes away. Oh man, and part of the reason why I kept going is because I was like, oh, it's gonna close, I better get the books I want now. Anyways, so I'm back. Here's the books I bought. I've heard a lot of good things about this and I've actually already read it. It's freaking amazing. I wanted book 2, but I went ahead and bought this because I will reread this again. This was a great book. And they didn't have all 3, but they did have 2, and this is the one that I really was hoping for. Here's the cover. And see, they made Cinderella plus size. I love that. And then here's the author, and I think that's probably one of the reasons why she's plus size is that we get it. It's a plus size author, and so I'm sure there's going to be like a sprinkle of her lived experience in there. That's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping that the author pours a little bit of herself into it so that it just makes it more real. You know what I mean? Anyways, and then I got the Kiss the Girl one. Although, look at this. I mean, I guess that's why it was at the outlet. I don't know. I don't want to rip it because it's going to like rip the pages. You see that? So I'm going to have to cut it. Oh, and look at that. Oh, is that how the whole book is? Oh, no. I was going to say, I've seen books like this before where it's like all dialogue. I do not like those. So, oh, this is like a group. Oh, this is a group chat. Okay, so, okay, that's kind of cool. Okay, anyways, I'm so excited. Okay, so I just finished chapter 16 and oh my gosh, Mulan, she just keeps digging deeper and deeper and deeper into this hole. And it's like, how are you gonna get out of this? Like, at this point, I honestly don't see how there could be a happy ending. Like, at this point, she has lied so much that it's like, who is gonna forgive that? So I'm very interested to read the last 4th of the book, because I don't see how this could wrap up. She has just dug herself in so deep into this lie trying to save her father's company that it's just like, I really don't, I don't see how, like, I don't know. I'm just gonna have to finish the last of the book and let you know. I'm taking a little break from reading, but I thought it would be fun to show you my favorite Mulan merch, which honestly, I don't actually have a ton. In fact, I think my favorite is all the merch I have, but I still feel like it's appropriate to show you anyways. And the first one is my Mulan sequence Loungefly. I truly do love this. I think it is so, so beautiful. I love how they did all the sequence bags for all the princesses. I'm still missing Rapunzel and Aurora and Merida, but I have all the other ones. I would love to complete the collection, but those last like 2 to 3, like Aurora and Rapunzel, are very difficult to get. But anyways, we're talking about Mulan, and here's her bag. Isn't it stunning? And then there's a little bit of magic on the back, which says time, what does it say? Oh, true to who I am. I love that it has working side pockets, and by working I mean like you can actually use them. And I love when there's a pocket like this because then you can actually use it. I love this. And then I was actually traded with Shay from Disfly Life. We traded for these. I have also been collecting all the new emus, and I didn't have her, and she was so hard to find. And Shay reached out and was like, hey, let's do a trade. You get me this Spirit jersey and you can have this Mulan. But then she also sent me this Mushu like new emu backpack, which I was not expecting this. And look how friggin' adorable it is. It's just Mushu. It says Disney Loungefly on the back. It like actually zips. I thought that was so cute. And then the new emu. If you're familiar with Disney, you probably know the new emus and that they're being discontinued. So I'm so glad I was able to get all the princesses. But here she is. Here's Mulan. And yeah, so let's go finish the story now. I literally just finished this and I had to jump on to give you guys my thoughts because I loved this. So it's loosely based off of a Disney movie, right? So you know that there's going to be a happy ending, but like with my last check-in, I was like, how, where are we gonna, like, how is she gonna dig out of this? So this is a romance, right? As far as like spice, of course there isn't really any. There's like a little bit of kissing and things like that, but otherwise there's no spice. It's based off of a Disney movie. The character journey on this is so good because you see her grow and develop, and by the end she's able to like recognize who she is. And they talk about that a bit. They say, like, they talk about reflection, and obviously in Mulan that's one of the songs, and that's like a pivotal point of the movie. I really liked this. I loved Mushu. I loved Mulan. I loved the story. And again, the way she got into it was like believable, but still side-eye. So, but it wasn't so distracting that you're like, there's no way that would happen. You know what I mean? So I absolutely loved this. And let me know if you loved this style of vlogging and of video, because I have 2 more books that I can do it with, and I personally had a ton of fun. These books are super quick. I literally started this yesterday, so I finished this book in just 2 days, and I probably could have finished it even in 1 day if I had started first thing in the morning. But anyways, be sure to check out Isha. She's doing the same video. We're going to post on the same day, and we've checked in about at the same points as well. So be sure to check her out, please. She does Disney home. Oh, she does Disney pins. She has so many pins. What else? Oh, and then books. She does a ton of books as well. So please go check her out. Yeah, thank you so much for hanging out. Please like and subscribe and share to anyone you think that would like this kind of video, and I'll see you next time. Bye.